We're talking on two different mics. Are you recording your own audio?
Yeah.
Or is that for the...
That's for that. That records here, so I can sync it up to there.
Oh, so you need some of this mic too, then? Or
Huh?
no? What are you doing?
What do you mean? What am I doing?
Because we got two mics now.
Right, and we're recording on both mics.
So you're gonna send me your audio for the podcast.
Your audio is probably gonna be better than mine.
Well, you're not on my audio right now. That's what I'm saying. It's just me.
How am I not on your audio?
You're too far away. I normally
Bring the damn mic over closer.
Well, that's what I'm asking you.
That's
You
what
got your own mic. That's confusing.
Bring the damn mic over
Don't
here.
be so confusing when I'm trying to record properly.
They can't even hear me, and you're about to say hit it. They listen. You're
Well,
starting.
this is probably the best start ever because they didn't even get none of you. Hit it.
How did we even get here? Cause I swear I don't recognize shit here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Actually, you can actually hear me.
You can see yourself. It's because you do all the poopsie, 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 poopsie. So I give you the black screen. I don't need it because I'm a professional.
I mean, that makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. Because you get excited and you be like,
I don't do that on purpose. It doesn't.
you be doing like, ping.
Actually, one thing I do notice is that I have a tendency to smack my lips before I talk. Sometimes
I know people like that.
when I edit, and I don't notice it in real time, but when
then
I'm
you listen
editing
back,
it,
yeah.
I hear the, and I'm like,
That is weird. I just did it right
and I stop it like, and I gotta expand the thing to a minuscule level, and I gotta stop it right before I do it because I hear it and I'm like, oh yeah, that's kind of annoying. That's one of those things that like my mom used to talk shit to me about when I was a kid, and I was like, what are you talking about? It's like, oh no, I hear it now.
One of my friends tells me I do it all the time. She's like, you pop your mouth all the time. And I'm like, I don't. She's like, yeah, you do. And then like when she said it a couple times, then I start to listen, and then I'm popping my mouth. But I don't know if it's because she said it or because I was doing it. But I think it's because she said it, honestly, because I'm very, very cognizant of how I speak because I record myself a lot.
Right.
So it's like, was I actually doing that, or did you just like mind fuck me into doing that? Because I'm pretty sure she fucked my mind. That's how I feel.
Hey,
And that's not what I would like fucked in that situation. You know what I mean? You can leave my mind alone.
gotta get it somehow.
And that's fair. That's fair. If you,
Every little bit counts. Trust me.
every little bit counts.
Please believe me.
I believe you. I believe you. I need to move my dartboard to a new place. Can't be behind the TV.
Why not?
Because
You afraid of hitting your TV?
Yeah, I'm afraid somebody else is going to hit my TV. I'm going to be fine. But I'm going to put the TV on the wall anyway. Yeah. We didn't do any pre-production together. We didn't
No.
talk about shit. I just
No,
realized.
we didn't.
So,
We didn't.
Did you come here with something?
I mean, I have a couple of like short ideas that I have in my head.
Uh-huh.
The first one we can talk about is we can go a little bit into wrestling.
Okay.
Here a little
Haven't
bit.
done that in a long time.
So recently, WWE held arguably its worst pay-per-view
Sponsorship block.
of all time. I did not cover up the Tam's Burgers Cup.
It's okay. We're not actually putting these up for monetary value yet.
No, not
So
yet. I mean, I wish.
Later on. Later
Hey
on.
Tams, if you want to,
Hey, Bud Light.
you know, you got. I know you got restaurants all over town. Tams number 57 or whatever.
NBA, I'm all messed up.
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
a Spider-Man.
I got
logo,
Marvel.
Venom.
Marvel certainly
trouble.
not.
We're in
Marvel
trouble.
certainly not coming after me.
Shouts to
coming after us.
roadblack.com and Blue Mike as well.
Yeah,
Just for the record.
yeah, just
Fuck it.
just cause.
Apple,
Fuck it. Why not?
Shouts to us. You know what
Shouts
I mean?
to us. Shouts to us.
Shouts to us for doing this shit
Hell
for
yeah.
free for quite some time. Yeah.
Shouts to us. You can shout us out too on patreon.com/getherepod.
You're fucking right, you can. And you know what? We deserve it. We're like, this might be episode 30. I think it's episode 29, but
It's technically 29. You have them marked
I know.
that includes the lost episodes.
I know. That's what it is.
But it's a lost
That's
episode.
what it is. Because I've been trying to figure out how the hell did I mess this up? Because I had them.
It's
going
the lost
over.
episode.
It's like 2 lost episodes.
But I thought we
changed it.
found the other one or something.
Nah,
There was
2 got
something.
deleted. It was 2 that got deleted.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the one that was about music that was really good.
Right.
No one got to hear.
No
When
one
I
got to
my
hear it.
bag, I was hyped.
No one got to hear it. That was a fantastic episode.
And it was the day
that
we was all annoyed with each other.
That was probably our best episode
Which is
ever.
hilarious because we were so annoyed with each other, and that episode was fire. I knew it was coming. I'm like, this will get us back on track. And then stupid computer frickases and just stops.
Yeah.
When the fuck does that happen?
Yeah, that was probably our best episode ever, and you'll never get to hear it.
Never get to hear it. You cannot get that on Patreon.com, no matter how
You
much
will
money
never get to hear it, and we can't, like, it's not, we wouldn't be able to recreate it.
I don't even know what the topic was.
It was just music in general. I think
But
it
you
was.
came with something specific because I was annoyed
I think
you
it
wouldn't
was.
answer
I
nothing.
think it was. We were talking about like albums that affected you when you were like 14, when music really started being
Yeah, no, I
in
don't
your
have that
bag.
anymore. No, I'm gone now. I don't have it anymore. Oh, like what influenced you to make you who you are musically.
Right. Because the thesis I have in my head is, because it happened to me, was around 14 was when I really developed my own musical tastes.
Right.
Like I always liked what I liked and didn't like what I didn't like, but around 14 was when it's like, okay,
you started to build a
like,
Hall of Brent.
Right, these are like, that's when like music like affected me. Like that's when I felt shit in what I was listening to. That's when I was like, now mind you, I was still 14, so part of what I was feeling was, you know, tracks off of Chocolate Starfish and the hot dog flavored water.
That was you, right?
That was actually not me. I got
wasn't
back
your
in. No, that was my. I liked it, but it got overplayed on the radio. I got annoying to be super quick.
You were young when that came out.
I
was really young. I was like 4th grade. I want to say 3rd or 4th grade for me.
You may have been younger because I thought it came out like 90. Oh no, I think it was late 90s, right?
Yeah, late 90s.
That was like 95.
That's like 98 for me.
But it might have been like 97, 98-ish.
I think it's 97, 98, yeah, because I was either in 3rd or 4th grade. I remember like being in class and all the girls going crazy and like us being like not really understanding what they were talking about, but it was Barbies. So
I initially liked it because I initially just thought it was just some random ass
Barbie song, toy song.
Yeah, like a parody song. Right. I just thought it was just a parody on Barbie.
But then I found out that it was just adults being nasty.
Yeah.
Which made it so much better when I got
older.
Now I like it more.
Yeah.
I liked it before because, you know, I was a kid.
Right.
But now I like it because it's like, oh.
Right. Like Chumbawamba was big when I was in junior high.
Chumbawamba. Is that the name of the group?
I get knocked down, but I get up again.
Yeah,
the worst karaoke song in the world. You know why? Because you got to sing that line 87 times in a row.
Right. Actually, Speakerbox, what is it? Caroline. That song has that at the end of that shit. Crazy bitch, stupid bitch. They do that for like 10 minutes at the end of the song.
Bitch.
Yeah, people don't know how many times you gotta say bitch at the bar in a row.
Stupid.
I did it one night and I didn't understand what I was getting myself into because I kind of forgot. Because you know over time you don't sing all of those. You just say like one or two and you forget and it's just playing in the background.
Because the song fades out usually when you're hearing it.
But not in karaoke. Karaoke you say every
and on the radio it fades out long before then.
Way before then. So for me, I kind of forgot. I used to listen to the album, but I forgot. You know. Man, I said bitch about 200 times at the end of the song. I said, God, I start feeling bad. Like, I'm not acting very, professional.
Very woke.
Right. Everybody in the bar, I'm like, I'm such a misogynist. Pig.
There was once when I was hosting karaoke that somebody got up and sang Brown Sugar, I think by the Stones. And she abandoned the song mid-song because it was talking about, because it was written in like the 70s, and it was talking about an attraction to an underage girl.
Oh.
Brown sugar, how come you look so good?
Rick James got one of those.
I say yeah. Yeah, he's got
17.
He's got
a song called 17. I think.
The fucking Beatles have one.
Yeah,
but nobody mentions that, huh? Cause of what? Cause of what? My brothers, they don't mention, huh? She was only 17. You know what I mean? I know what you mean. Does Chris Hansen know what you mean? Huh?
My brothers, huh?
Yeah, no, there are a ton of those songs.
Yeah.
There are a ton of those.
I can luckily say I've never written one of those songs. Even when I was 17, I didn't make no songs that said the age of anybody else.
No, because first off, it's a very.
I wrote about older girls though.
That's a very specific time capsule song. You know what I mean? Like that only works.
17 though. Like as a grown ass man, what would make you say 17? Because I would never think of a 17-year-old
because back in the 70s and 80s, right? And they were a little bit laxer about that stuff. Now, mind you, in 2020, age of consent is still under 18 in a lot of states.
Give it to me.
But we don't get songs about I want to fuck this 16-year-old girl anymore.
You get canceled real fast.
Yeah, real fast. But
like my album that was supposed to come out today.
You know, My Sharona was about a 16-year-old girl who the leader of the band ended up actually dating for years.
I haven't thought about this. I don't want to do this with you because what I don't want is for me to not be able to listen to any of my favorite songs because of you.
Not because of me. I didn't write them.
Stop talking about my favorite songs.
I didn't write the offensive cancel-inducing songs.
Let me ask you a question. If I pull this back towards you, is this going to make you uncomfortable?
It's going to ruin the coaster.
Oh, shit. What if I keep it down on the coaster? Yeah. All right. You did that. I was trying to sit back on the chair a little more because I just realized I was sitting right on the edge for no reason.
Yeah.
That shit was completely unnecessary. I just did that.
So,
pop
yeah,
shit you were talking
so
about.
so
By the way,
what-
I just did that shit you were talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I was thinking. That's what it was.
So what were some of the albums that influenced you at Fort? See if we can get some of it.
Well, yeah, I was thinking that because what I was thinking about, one of them I know for sure that made that list, and it kind of goes back to last week's misogynistic episode about the Fuck, Marry, Kill.
Listen,
Lauryn Hill, the Miseducation of Lauryn
Misedu-
Hill. That was absolutely on my list.
and I said at the time, Miseducation was a perfect album.
It's literally one of my favorite albums of all time, easily. It's not even close. Like,
If there's such a thing, you have to put the Miseducation on that list.
Kanye has a lot of my music when I was coming up, but I don't know if Kanye has a perfect album because Kanye always has a couple of records that are like, you know, I could leave even back then because he always would reach and try something different.
None of the college stuff, you think?
I don't think they're perfect. Well, the only one that I think is perfect, the only album of Kanye that I find perfect, is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I actually think that is a perfect album, like legitimately, because sonically, the topics, I think might be one song on that I would be like, I could skip it, and I think that's the one where he's fucking in the bathroom, something. I don't know, it's some porn star song. But it's like, it's really unnecessary on the album. It's like, this doesn't have to be here. But I wasn't mad at it. I could play it and I listened to it. I could fuck with it. Like if it came on, I wouldn't be like, turn this shit off.
To me, that's on Lauryn Hill. That's To Zion.
I fucking love that song.
The most skippable song on that album to me is Zion.
That one?
Yeah, she sings the hell out of that song.
Yeah.
It's arranged very well.
Bro.
But as I listen to the lyrics, I'm sitting there I'm sitting there listening to the lyrics. I'm like, I could skip this one and be fine.
That's me and Monet right there, my cousin that you never found. That's from like episode 4. But no,
I'm still looking, baby.
no, we was in, I want to say it was 6th and 7th grade when we was bumping that album heavy. Like I don't know if it probably had been out for a little bit already. Yeah, it had to have been out for a while.
It was like
came out
98.
Yeah, and we had to be like 2001, 2002 when we had it for whatever reason. I had the album out of nowhere though, and I had never had it before. Man, we was listening to this shit like it was brand new.
I got it for Christmas. Oh my god, it was
a hell of a Christmas gift.
hell yeah.
That was like me. I got the Black album for Christmas. Jay-Z shit. I'm like, oh, what? I got Dave Chappelle first season, the Black album, and I think some candy or some shit.
There are a couple of albums I remember getting for Christmas. That was one. I remember I got Michael Jackson's History for Christmas in '95.
What's on the album? Butterflies?
No, that's the one he did in like 2002. History was
Butterflies 2000? No.
yeah, 2001. 2001.
That can't be right.
Yep,
You
off
keep talking.
the
I'm looking
Invincible
it up.
album.
I'm looking it up.
I remember because I bought it
No
when
way.
it came out. I remember because the Invincible album came out in 2000, maybe the late 2000, early 2001. I remember getting it from Sam Goody, and it had 4 album covers. It was the same picture, but it was different colors.
Butterflies.
It was
you're
red,
right.
green,
You're
blue,
right.
and white.
No, you're right because I'm thinking of a different song. That's what it is.
Yeah, because
I remember
Butterflies was written by Floetry.
Butterflies. I didn't know that, but maybe I wouldn't kill their discography then. But
That's why they sing it too, because it's their song.
I didn't know this. Yeah, I just did it. See, now you said this is what I'm talking about. When it's said, then I start doing it because I normally don't do that shit. But now I can actively hear it and I keep doing it over and over again.
I just heard it too.
And I bet it's gonna keep happening.
That time I heard it too.
Fuck, I'm gonna keep doing it.
That
too.
time I heard it too.
God damn it! Now the listeners got to deal with Pop's all the fucking conversation.
I got Invincible. That was the first half of it was a bunch of Michael's hits, like 15 of his old school hits.
like Butterflies.
No, like it's actually none of his like Jackson 5 stuff. It's like everything from like Off the Wall through like Dangerous.
Yeah.
Or like all the hits were from there.
Yeah.
And then the second half had You Are Not Alone and Scream, which I still think was a huge missed opportunity that he and Janet never did Scream live on stage together.
They didn't.
Ever.
Never. Why?
Because probably some record label shit.
Were they on different labels at the
I
time?
think so. I think they may have been.
You'd think Joe would be able to get that together, even as adults.
You'd have thought they'd have been able to get that together. You know how much fucking money's on the table?
I'm
You have them
Michael
both
Jackson.
go on tour at the same time and they switch anchoring the show every night or every other night.
God damn it! I just did it again. I can't stop doing it. See, that's what it is. It's because she said it. I started doing it.
yeah.
Now I know for sure because you said it, and now I can't stop doing it.
Yeah.
That's fucking ridiculous. I never do this. I can listen back to every episode. You'll never hear me say ever. It's so weird. What the fuck? That's gonna fuck me up.
Fix your lips.
I don't even know how to. I don't even know how to. What the title of this episode?
Me neither. I don't even know. Just
what is that noise?
smack. I don't know. Lip smack.
I'm gonna put QTER.
Lip smacking. AMSR lip smack.
Yeah, I was gonna say though, like when you're Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson, I don't think Michael Jackson would allow himself to open for her. To be honest with you,
This was 95 Janet though. This was
Michael Jackson.
She was.
Hey Brent, that's Michael Jackson.
That's his sister
That's
too.
his
though.
little sister.
That's his sister
That's
too.
his
though.
little sister.
See, that may have been the problem.
That's what I'm saying.
See, this argument may have been the problem too.
Like,
because
I don't see that. As Michael Jackson, I don't see you saying, "Yeah, Janet, go ahead, take the lead tonight." No, I'm Michael Jackson. Yeah, but I'm Janet. I got one name now too. No,
she did have one name then. This is.
I agree with you.
This is the year after that Janet period album with her
Right.
with her
Right,
arms up in the air and somebody holding her titties from behind
yeah.
and this is her break. That was her breakout album.
Listen, I'm with you. I agree because I'm one of those artists that I've always been like, I don't mind opening, closing, middle, whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because if the audience is there and people are listening to what I'm saying, I can steal the show from anywhere. That's my logic.
Right.
Like my homegirl Chelsea Sanchez, shout out to Chelsea. She's a fucking monster, and everybody hated following her because she was gonna like destroy it.
Yeah.
And then you had to come up.
Yeah.
I cherish that shit when I came
Yeah.
there. As a rapper, I'm not even singing. I'm coming up and I'm about to kill what she just did.
Yep.
I'm like, Chelsea, you don't want this smoke, and if you gotta follow me, you gonna have a rough day.
Yeah.
Like when we showed up to open mics, people would look like, oh, who the fuck are these two? Like they not supposed to be here. Like we not. You
Yeah.
right. We should be getting paid for this shit.
Yeah.
Instead, we giving it to you for free. But yeah, no, I think that was probably it with Mike though. He probably was like, nah, I'm Michael Jackson, bro. I wrote. You ever heard of Beat It? You know Thriller?
He did have a longer.
He said Thriller, my shit.
At that point, he had a much longer time at the top than she did.
He said, you seen the Super Bowl?
She really only had like at that point two major albums.
Excuse me, Jen. Have you ever played the Super Bowl? Because if you ain't been on the Super Bowl, then I don't want to hear it.
She hadn't played
And
the
at
Super
time,
Bowl
she
yet.
hadn't. So
She
he's
hadn't played the Super Bowl yet.
If you ain't played the Super Bowl, I'm not opening for you.
She only had Janet and Rhythm Nation as like her two big albums.
Janet, have you ever had a Pepsi commercial? You ever had Air Quote on Fire?
Mike had Dangerous, Bad, Off the Wall.
Janet, were you a part of the Jackson 5 or would you make 6? I'm trying to figure this out. I just need to know if you were
History
part of
was about to be another one.
I'm asking.
He had 4 singles albums in a row. He anchored We Are the World.
Janet, I'm just trying to ask you some simple questions.
He was the biggest artist in the world.
And
So-
that was when his transformation was at its peak. His look was like prime. Like this was prime Puerto Rican Michael Jackson.
No, he was white woman Michael Jackson. He became white woman in '95.
This is prime Michael. This is prime Puerto Rican Michael Jackson. Because he's got the white tank top and the black pants in the video with the ponytail. This is prime Puerto Rican. He was Puerto Rican at this point.
That wasn't like the day. No, he was translucent by '95. He was translucent by '95
because the video was black and white, so you didn't really know.
No, you could tell when he was in that bathtub with Lisa Marie. He was translucent in '95.
First of all, being in the bathtub with Lisa Marie is crazy. You being Michael Jackson in the bathtub with Lisa Marie.
In '95, absolutely. Now, not so much, but in '95, absolutely.
Nah, this Elvis's daughter, even in 2020, that's still weird.
Weird, yes.
Well, maybe not now because she was in the bathtub with Michael Jackson. So
It makes it even weirder.
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I don't even know. How do we even get here? What the fuck are we talking about?
We're talking about
Why are we in a
albums.
bathtub with Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie?
And the only other albums I remember getting from Christmas,
albums, right.
I got that Janet album.
You know
I
what's
got-
hilarious? I got to stop you for a split second.
Huh.
People would think when we do that shit, it's like a tag for the show every time.
No, we're really trying to remember how the hell
I have
where the
a lot
conversation
of the
went.
time because we just be talking and then it's like, wait, what the fuck were we just talking about?
Yeah.
That could have been the title of it too. What the fuck were we just talking about? It just doesn't sound as catchy. I don't feel
Yeah,
like.
how do we even get her rolls off the tongue better?
It does. It rolls off a little better. But I swear to you, like I'll say it because once I think like, what were we just talking about? I'll be thinking it in my head.
And
I'm
you
like,
already had the song.
Now just say, right, and then I'm like, now just say the tagline. Okay, say it. But realistically, I have no idea we're about
No
to
clue.
do it. Yeah, I'm just like,
No clue whatsoever.
and it's like we both get it at the same time. Like, how do we even get it? And people looking like, aha.
aha.
Joe Button them.
So I got the Janet one. I got Very Necessary by Salt and Pepper, which was the album with Shoop. And What a Man. And I got Tevin Campbell, I Am Ready.
Tevin Campbell, his hit album, the one he had with like 3 hit singles or something.
So,
did that album go like Diamond or something?
yeah, you know why, right?
Diamond went stupid.
You know why, right?
No.
Prince wrote all the songs.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah,
Prince
I did know
wrote
that.
all the
I didn't know
songs.
that. I didn't know that until I was watching another podcast that I watch regularly, and they said it. I already shouted them once in the same podcast, so I figured I'll just not say
Yeah.
the name again.
Yeah.
they don't get too many. They already got
No,
enough fans.
no,
I need some
no.
of theirs. If they could shout us, it'd be great.
Yeah, shout us out. But yeah, Prince wrote all the songs, and at the time,
That makes so much sense.
when I got it, I was 8, and there were a lot there were a couple songs I really liked, and there were a couple I was like this sounds good, but like I don't get it. And then I grew up, and I was like, oh, I get it.
Oh wait,
That was Prince trying to open up my third eye. I get it.
I just did that bullshit again. I did it. It was light that time, but I did it again. I said, oh wait, fucking, I hate it.
I'm just gonna remove your tongue.
I know, but
Actually, it's your lips. We're gonna move all your face.
it's my tongue. No, it's my tongue.
Take your face.
Don't take my face. I want to watch that movie. Didn't you say that shit was trash? Now.
No, I didn't say it was trash. I said it was gloriously. It was so over the top, glorious cheese popcorn bullshit. Like it's so bad it's good, but it knows it's so bad it's good. It's not like Showgirls doesn't know it's bad.
Because I'm pretty sure they thought that movie was dope at the time.
Oh, at the time, no.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't think they knew.
You can enjoy it for the cheese that it is, but it's not a masterpiece. It's not a
like
work of art.
When I was younger.
It's a masterpiece of schlock.
Right, he took
but
his
it's not.
face off. Like that shit.
Dude, they had a star-studded cast too.
They did.
They had a star-studded cast.
You just go to the top two. That's more than enough. They never get black people in movies like that. You never seen Will Smith and Denzel in the same movie. At the time, that's
No.
who they were.
Yeah.
At the time, they were fucking killing Hollywood. Until Nicolas Cage got just murdered in Hollywood for some reason. I don't know what the fuck. What happened there? You the TV expert.
I think he got arrested too many times,
and then Adam Sandler. They both fell off in the same cliff at the same time.
And then John Travolta decided he was going to use his
retired,
newfound fame to try to boost Scientology more.
He's a Scientologist too?
And he boosted it with all these Scientology movies like in a row, and they all sucked.
Did him and Tom Cruise build it together?
They're the two biggest celebrity names attached to it.
When the hell did Scientology become a thing? Has that been a thing for a long
Like
time?
in the 60s.
Really? It's been around long.
L. Ron Hubbard was a failed, by all accounts, bad sci-fi writer. I've never read any of his books, but most people that have read them that aren't Scientologists are like, yeah, his books are trash.
Huh.
And he took those books and turned it to a religion.
Really?
They think just for tax purposes or just as a joke. Like nobody knows why he did it, but he did it.
But people believe in it. You know, this is a topic that you just stumbled upon, but I don't think we should really do it on a podcast. But I'm just
Why
telling
not?
you. I'm gonna tell you what the topic
So
is.
Scientologists can come for us?
No, I'm not worried about Scientology.
Get us some attention?
No, I don't care about the Scientology. I'm just saying, I have a strong belief in my mind. I've said this a couple times recently. No, not recently, but this year, 2020, early 2020, that I believe that the Bible was written as a story to inspire people to be better. I've said that a couple times, that I would not be shocked to find that out. Like, that it was actually just a story that was written a long time ago to inspire people to be better and give people hope that there has to be more, you know? And
Some people do believe that, yes.
what you just said about him putting novels together and then it somehow becoming religion really, really sounds a lot like what I said, but, you know, different context that you were putting it in, but the same thing, basically. So
some people do believe that, yeah. There's a lot of... I mean, we can get into religion, but like
No, I don't think we should ever get into religion.
I was gonna say
That's my
that's like a deep concept. But religion, like the whole thing with the Bible and Christianity, there are dozens and dozens of books of the Bible that aren't in the Bible anymore, because at the time that they were written, at the time that they were disseminated,
don't say disseminated.
the clerics who were reading them and teaching them to their congregations or to their flock, because most people couldn't read back then.
I hate all these words.
There are a lot of stories that they just didn't use.
Don't say disseminate, cleric, or flock.
Like the most popular ones essentially became the Bible, and the ones that they just didn't use
they just faded away.
They just kind of faded away.
Ironically,
a lot of the time.
I put that song out 2 years ago today. Faded away. Took a long time, but
I think you're trying to tell us something.
faded away. It took 2 more years. Anyway, we're not touching that topic either.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about
Albums that made you who you are,
Oh, yes.
aside from the ones that seem to come out every year about this time.
Yeah, exactly. Not today, though. It would have been today, by the way. This would have been my drop day if I hadn't canceled my album. Like, everybody thought I was joking at the beginning of the month when I was like, Dirty's canceled. I got a bunch of DMs like,
Why'd you cancel it?
I ain't had no time, man. You know, working the 2 jobs and being in this place finally and not being so stressed out, not being in love, not being in hate, not being in anything, just kind of feeling okay.
A lot of your motivation.
It was gone.
Yeah.
Like, because before, when I was, like, at your house, I was putting this shit together. It was coming. Like, I was listening to beats every day. I hate this nigga's couch. I fucking hate Brent. I can't wait to Shut your mouth. Writing shit crazy, but
He hates me too.
Right.
Fucking-
yo, next thing I know, boy, I got that dotted line, signed this motherfucker. I was like, I just did that shit again. God damn it. This could be a pop episode, but like, let me steal a phrase from Brent. Every time you hear a pop in this episode, you take a goddamn drink.
Why
you
not?
Go back and you take a drink. Matter of fact,
You just heard one from me. I heard myself do it.
right. And if Brent does a big word, you finish your whole goddamn drink because Brent likes throwing
Big
fallacious
words.
out
Big
there
words for
sometimes.
you are 2 syllables though.
I
Matter
knew-
of fact, I just said syllable. Your mind's probably falling apart right now.
Don't say syllable to me.
Uh-huh.
No. All right. So you're asking me albums. So I think we did artists too that like got me because Mace always. I think I shouted Mace.
Mace
out.
be the one that'll pay for the phone. Mace be the
Yeah.
one that'll take you home.
that shit.
Even though I'm not the
Yeah.
one that gave you the
Hey,
stone. My
hey.
days alone, I
Hey,
can make you
hey,
more.
hey.
Everybody know I got
Hey.
more bounce. He was the original like 50 Cent, like
I fucking
monotone.
love it. I love that
like
shit.
monotone
That's why 50
ass
sounded
rapper
like
that barely opened his mouth.
Bro, that to me as a kid,
Bad boy, give me more.
Brother.
Like he had no facial expressions though.
I love. Nah, that's not true. Diddy had his ass smiling and doing all sorts of shit.
Yeah, like no facial expressions though.
Just sorry he was more like this when he was rapping. Then it kind of changed. and shit
Oh no,
started
he
to
did. He
happen.
did smile occasionally. That
Yeah, he had
his
a smile a
smile
lot.
is
He
what
had
got him
that-
over.
yeah,
you
he
know what
started doing this
happened?
shit in the videos
You know
and
what
stuff.
happened? His smile is what got him. Is
Bigger?
what got him radio play.
Well,
It's
that's
like, oh, he's a happy Negro. We can play him.
Well, I think the whole bad boy thing did that in general because they got stupid hot. They was white hot all of a sudden. But that's see for me.
All the music videos in the middle of a cheese
Bro,
grater.
Yeah, they were amazing. For me, for me at the beginning, man, it was Mace. Mace was that guy for me because I was young and I really couldn't understand big words and shit. Like back then. Like I joke with you, obviously. I understand what your word. He just did it. Babe, take a sip. He just popped his mouth.
I
He
did.
just popped his mouth.
I
This
heard
is the pop
it now.
episode. Why
I
is this the
fucking
dirty
heard
pop
it now.
episode? This is
I've
so
never heard it
stupid.
before.
I don't do it. Neither do you. I would notice if you were doing that shit.
I do it when I'm doing my videos for my channel occasionally. I'll hear it when I do that.
I don't do it. And I only do it when somebody says something about it, and then actively my stupid lips become bigger, and I can't help but pop them all.
That's racist.
Hey, it is what it is. That was not it. I hissed.
That's racist.
I did that. It's different. That was different. But yeah, Mace for me, he was perfect because I was learning how to rap, and everything on the radio was cool. But I was more of an R&B guy the whole time. But Mace had that slow style, slow swag. He rapped like this all the time. I'm like, oh, I can follow what he's saying because he's speaking at this speed, and I'm only like 10. 9 maybe, and so he's rapping like this the entire time, and now I understand.
Oh,
every
you'd
single
I just
word
did it again. You'd have had
and
it.
every single lyric.
You'd have had. You probably would have gotten into hip hop if you were listening to hip hop when Bone Thugs was out.
Well, I was. My uncle would listen to that, right? And I like the rhythmic
Follow
flow
me,
of that.
bros, go head up at the
You made me forget what I was about When I want to tell everybody what you know. That's
Exactly. How many days we got lasting?
Oh, man,
When you
that's so
laughing,
hard.
we passing. Like
Weirdest,
they,
I never
like
learned
they
that shit.
cram so many
So many
words,
so many words.
into such a short.
Twister came after them and did the same shit.
Twister came like
It was ridiculous.
5 or more years after them, right? Because he was in like the early 2000s.
Well,
they
see,
were
here's-
like
here's the
95,
thing.
94.
There's a discrepancy on this, right? In Chicago, Twister was out.
Okay, I mean mainstream,
nationally,
mainstream,
yes.
yeah.
That was when we heard his first hits. He was with Kanye on the first album, Overnight Celebrity. Mm-hmm. You know, that shit blew him the fuck up. Then he just went crazy.
And then
he had like
disappeared.
3, 4, 5, and then it was done. And he just disappeared again. But anyway, yeah. So that speed was too much for me at the time, right? So Mace got me. I didn't even like Biggie back then because I didn't understand lyrics. It was all Mace for me. It was like I love the songs, but everybody would be going crazy. Oh, he's so crazy because I think people understood lyrics before I did. Like I didn't care what you were saying. It was like, oh, sound cool though. He's killing this shit. Like the flow is there.
See, you sounded then like most
Rappers
hip-hop,
now, right?
hip-hop fans
exactly,
now.
exactly. But that's all I knew at the time because I didn't understand. Like I was young as shit, and I just didn't get it. So then the following year, because that was like 3rd grade, and I started to become obsessed with rap, but not like I learned poetry that year, and I started to get obsessed with rap because of Mace. But then it was like, and my cousin was rapping Lane, and then the next year in 4th grade, I found Eminem. And I missed the first album, but I heard the Marshall Mathers LP, and I was done. When I heard this shit, me and my boy Clark, man.
I mean, that Marshall Mathers
tell
you want
you
to talk
something.
about albums
That are
that
perfect?
changed?
That's a
yeah,
perfect
and
album.
it came out. I think I was 15 when it came out.
That's a perfect album.
And it
Damn,
was,
that's
I just heard it. And it was the perfect album. There was I was in drama class, and there was this white boy who had it on CD, and he borrowed my CD player to listen to it. and never took it out before he left or whatever, like for the weekend.
Oh, he fucked up.
He fucked up.
I don't know what happened to it. I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Because that CD was
CD back,
that
bro.
CD was quote unquote lost for about 2 or 3 weeks, son.
Yeah.
Until I was like, oh, you know what? Let me just do this. Let me just put it on. Let me record it on tape.
God damn it.
I was old enough so that I had the CD player to the tape,
Yeah.
or I had access to it, and I got to it and recorded it on tape. And I had the Marshall Mathers LP on a tape that I listened to over and over and over again.
Man, my uncle was there, and he had every CD. This is before he moved to Seattle. So,
Oh no, Big Snoop Dogg.
bro.
Big
motherfucker
back
came
up
in
in the he's a baby for shade. He's so crazy. Give me
It's
the
crazy.
and he ripped it.
Bro.
He destroyed. He had. You understand the talent he had on that one song, and then he was like, nobody's catching me on my album though.
It's so funny.
Like I don't give a fuck that you're Snoop Dogg though.
It's so
This
funny
is
that
my album.
That's the album. That's the song you wrote.
I'm tearing my shit up on my. Because there were
You
there were
listen to old M. That's what you're doing.
because
right
there
now.
were some
Putting me in my bag, Brent.
because there were some hip hop artists who, and it still happens, I suppose, but there are some hip hop artists who, when they guested on your shit, they stole the show.
That's what I do. If I'm on somebody's record, Brent, let me tell you
Fucking M did that.
Let me tell you something.
M did that to Dre.
something. He did it to Jay-Z.
I thought "Guilty Conscience" was an Eminem song until I heard.
Oh, hell yeah.
I thought that, and he was only like I
but
thought that was an Eminem
see,
song.
Dre wasn't a rapper. He was never a rapper. But when he did that shit to Jay on Renegade, everybody lost it. It was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Because he fucking bodied Jay, and Jay
Yeah.
was considered the greatest alive at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Even with him out, they were like, nah, but Jay-Z though.
Yeah.
He's from New York. This
And
is
a lot of people still have that argument.
Right, which is a very fair argument because Jay-Z is that nigga. Like, don't get it twisted. That's my guy. But when you talking about putting words together, that white boy is something different. Eminem is the illest word putter together that I've ever heard in my fucking life. Like, I've never in my fucking life heard somebody put words together better than Eminem. Mind you, does this shit always necessarily be the most coherent shit you ever heard? Not over the last 10 years or so. Like, it's kind
Right.
of like iffy, but at
Right.
the beginning, he was just telling these sick ass stories that he would rhyme shit because you would never think to even say it. Like, you would never, your brain wouldn't go.
And they were so vivid you couldn't help but see it.
because he's saying shit that no normal hip hop mind would say.
Like I was in that dilapidated house in Detroit
Right.
with
Don't say dilapidated.
with him
I still know what
with
that
him
means, by the
screaming at Kim
Right.
while Haley's in the crib.
Bro.
Sit down, bitch. You move again, I'll beat the shit out of you.
Bro,
Don't make me wake this baby.
She don't need to see what I'm about to do.
Dude,
Quit crying, bitch.
that song was oh, it's so offensive and it's so blah blah blah.
God.
It's like, well, guess what? He got you. You know
Oh,
why?
God.
Because you can see all those words.
Bro.
You can see that story happening,
When
as
I heard him
exaggerated,
stepping on the
as
leaves,
horrific
Bro,
as
when
it
I heard
is.
the branches cracking, the car starting, him,
The
baby in
muffled
the background,
screams,
bro.
all of it, all
Brent,
the gurgling
Brent.
from the throat, all of it.
That's why when
all
I
of
put a
it.
project together, that's another reason I had to cancel Dirty, right? Because I had this concept of how to do the next project and how to add extra producing and all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to just put shit out.
Yeah,
It has to have extra effects and different shit. Even the single I dropped, the strip shit that I put out, that shit has a lot of editing on it. Even
Mm-hmm.
with the beat that, you know what I'm saying, I got from YouTube. That shit has a lot of editing because I wanted certain things to sound a certain way. Like
Yeah.
the way I did my voice, the way I modulated it, it was very Pop Smoke. That's what I was going for. RP Pop Smoke. But I was going for Pop Smoke, and then I was thinking about Kendrick and how how he changed his voice all the time. How Emmis changed his voice all the time. So I'm like, it's cool to do something that sounds a little different as long as it fits the pocket of the thing.
right.
So that's how I think. And a lot of that is because I listen to theatrical people like Kanye, like Eminem, like these guys, not just straight New York rappers. Because New York rappers, a lot of time they wouldn't do that. But Atlanta, down south, Detroit, West Coast, and all these different voices, y'all talking like
Yeah,
this,
the interludes, the interlude.
like- and that's another thing. The interludes were ridiculous.
So part of the sound effect thing was I was actually watching a documentary, They Need Us, on Netflix, which is a documentary about blacks in cinema. And they got to Ray. They got to the director of Ray, who was a white guy, but he was talking about how he got a black writer to write it, and how, you know, they got to this point where when Ray first goes blind and his mother, you've seen Ray, right? And his mother doesn't help him when he falls.
Fuck, don't disrespect me.
And his mother doesn't help him when he falls, and he has to, and he discovers the world of hearing, and and he says like, "Oh, we won an Oscar for that," and it was just a horse carriage going by, and a tea kettle tipping over, and a cricket rubbing its legs on the other side. That sound effect, like how they did all that stuff, and I was like, yeah, I do remember that scene. That was really well done. And talking about the interludes, again, you don't remember this, young whippersnapper, but my cousins, I go back to my cousins who were, for the most part, 5 to 10 years older than me. When I was a kid, we're all listening to heavily interluded shit. We're listening to Snoop Dogg.
I love it.
We're listening to as it came out, Snoop Dogg. As it came out, Dre.
Obviously.
As it came out, West Coast shit, with all these interludes that were cut in between. You had song, interlude, song, little skit,
Well, that's
little skit doing this, that, the other.
Good.
What?
Good Kid, Mad Kitty is what I just said. That's what made Good Kid, Bad City, or Mad City so dope.
Aren't you the hip hop artist here?
No, my tongue tied today, man. Damn popping. I can't. Now I'm trying to think not to do that. Now I can't speak. God damn it. But no, that's what made that so dope, because he took it back to that. Like, all his shit is tied up, and then even that once, wake your punk ass up. And it starts off with that like crazy voice. I'm thinking all these damn lyrics. I got so many lyrics. We didn't mention so many albums now. I got so many damn songs going through my head.
I mean, but that's one of the things that can make an album experience an experience. Love Below.
Yeah.
Is an experience because, no disrespect to Speaker Box, but Love Below was what was on heavy. Love Below was on heavy rotation in my car, and it was because of the story it told. Like you had songs, you had Hey Ya, and then you had The Morning After. Where are my panties? He gonna think I'm some guy, and it told a story. Behold a Lady told a story. It peppered in, it buffered to the next story, and they were good interludes. It wasn't just like, I'm gonna do this interlude, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, it peppered in the story, and it became Eminem, the Marshall Mathers albums or whatever.
That's what I'm saying.
His producer became
Paul Rosenberg.
Paul Rosenberg became a minor celebrity off those.
What the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
Because
bullshit. Dre's rapping about hoes, bitches, chains, money. You're rapping about. I'm not gonna say what he says.
Paul.
He says he's rapping about a lot of shit. Get this shit out of
here. Ken Kniff from Connecticut.
This is
Ken Kniff from Connecticut. Like, these all became characters, right? And Paul Rosenberg became a minor celebrity.
Yeah.
He became more well known than the white chick who was singing on M shit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And she was on his hits.
Right.
Like, she made his hits.
Right. Nah, you know what though? It's something about that when you do them right that make music connect different. It just hits different. You know what I'm saying? There was a reason, like when I did 2018, right? That was 2 years ago to the day, where I released that one.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
Wait, hold on. Let me do 10, 20. Wait. 2020. You subtract the year from the year. That's how you do it. That's how you do that math.
That's right.
So 2020 minus 2018 equals 2 years.
That's right. That's
how that works.
2018.
Just like 1989 minus 85 equals 4 years. Just like the exact same way.
And tomorrow night
same way. Exact same way.
No, tomorrow morning.
Exact same way.
Right now though, if I died today, if I died right now, Brent.
What do you mean if?
If I died this second.
What do you mean if? What do you mean if?
Turn 31.
What do you mean if?
I never turned 31. But if I make it to 12 o'clock.
What do you mean if?
You will finally be right the next podcast.
What do you mean if?
Because after this one,
I'm still right.
You're 5 years older.
I'm still right. But talk your shit.
5 years older.
Talk your interlude shit.
Interlude shit. So yes, that shit on 2018, I took a whole conversation, right? I wanted this shit to feel organic. Yeah, you can tell it fell off, right? A little bit. And I wanted this shit to feel organic. That was my whole thing, right? Mm-hmm. So I had a conversation, and I told Jake, and I told his boy Jared, shouts to his cousin Jared, shouts to Jared and Jake. He's the one that shot my first video, actually, but my only video to this point. But yeah, so we had a whole conversation, right? There's a conversation on that project, and they kind of forgot I was recording. Mm-hmm. So the phone is down in the room. I got GarageBand open, but it's on my phone, and it's recording this entire fucking conversation. They forget we're talking, so they're just being organic. They're talking off the top, da-da-da-da-da. I know we're still going, right? So I'm saying the points I want to say. I'm getting all of my points out, and I'm leading the conversation where I wanted to go to.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's so natural and so organic from the other two people that they just giving real life experiences and talking about what happened to them, what they felt, what was it like with this girl, this, that, da 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 da. And it ended up being so dope because I got to take that conversation and cut it and split it and put it all over the album at the end of every other track or every 2 tracks, 3 tracks, whatever. And it was a real legitimate interlude, and it would lead into the next song, and it would make sense, you know, because of where I knew where I was taking it. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool. Like that's how I feel interludes are supposed to be. And like this year with this album, Dirty, what I was planning to do differently, I had this one song where I've written, I want to say 8 bars for so far. And it's a hard 8 bars. It comes on cigar smoke pierced by the moonlight, something like that. Like,
Yeah.
drinks in the air, toast to the good life. Something like very vivid though, very like an easy picture to follow, basically. And God damn it, there's no one. And the popping podcast. Stupid. But the music is so intense and so heavy and so theatrical. So when you hear that and then you see the lyrics or you hear the lyrics, I was gonna split that shit up into like 8, right? So every 8 bars, I was gonna stop the track. You would think a new track is started at the end of another track, and then like 2 songs later, you hear more of that track. Then you hear more of that track. Then you hear more of that track until the album ended. And at the end, after the last song went off, I was gonna play the entire song. Right? You have the full song, so then they didn't have to like, oh, you need to get through. Why did he break it up like that? That's my favorite song. I just want to hear it all together.
Yeah.
So I would give them what they wanted, but I keep teasing them throughout the project. Like, damn, he's got more of this. This is crazy. Da da da. Why did he only do 8 of that? Oh wait, he came back. He got 8 more. Wait, he got 8 more. Wait, he got 8 more. So I really wanted to do that shit, but man, it was just the timing of it was so. It was just tough.
I mean, it's not abandoned. You can still do it. You have the work in.
No, it's tough because these were specifically. It was time based. That's why I was the 21st every year, right? It had to be the day before I turned 31 because Dirty is 30. That's
Right.
what Dirty is. So it just if it's not done, if I can't miraculously finish 4 songs in 3 hours and 18 minutes after the podcast, then it's just not gonna happen. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. It's one of those projects. But I've been telling people for a while now. I've been ready to kind of like stop with the shits. Like honestly, I'm just kind of ready to be over it. So I have a project called So Long.
I mean, if you got $650, you know, you can.
Fat Joe, crack. No, I'm not doing that shit. Man, fuck them for doing that. By the way, they so corny.
You
man.
can get your shit out there.
That
You
shit
know what I'm
is
saying?
so corny to me. Don't charge regular artists no $650 to get on no mixtape where it's gonna be 27 tracks and everybody is gonna be nobody listen to that mixtape.
Listen.
I will never hear that mixtape. I guarantee you. And you would have never heard it. Nobody else. This ain't back in the 80s or the fucking 90s when you go to New York and everybody out home to get that new. Don't you hold that new tape, bro? You heard the new tape? Like, no, ain't nobody checking for that shit. Stop. Don't play me.
Well, listen. All you got to do is go to like a concert that's happening right now. Oh wait. Oh shit. Oh
That's
damn.
right.
That's
COVID
not that. It's not.
20,
It's not
20.
happening.
COVID 20.
It's not happening these days.
That's not happening anymore.
No,
But
it's not
So
happening
Long.
these days.
So Long is the shit that I want to finish with. I just want to do like a 16-track, like legitimate album, and just make some real dope music. You know, it ain't gotta have a theme. It ain't gotta be forced on my birth dates and all that shit. But I want to have like a real dope start, real dope finish. Maybe I'll put some of the tracks that was supposed to be on Dirty on it, and then just put it out as a final product. And I think that's gonna be my swan song for music. Honestly, I'm sure I'll still make stuff randomly when I have it. I'm sure I'll write it down. But as far as me trying to put out full projects anymore, I think that'll be it. I might just release singles.
I hate to hear people talk like that.
It's true though.
Like especially if I know that they've got some potential, you know what I mean? But also you got to do what you feel you got to do. Like you can't, you know what I mean? Like it's up to you. Like I had that same like twinge when you're like, I think that's different. And I'm like, you can keep going.
Yeah.
Is the same thing I felt when my homeboy Kyle Trapzilla was like, yeah, no, I'm done with wrestling because he didn't get into WWE the way he wanted to get into WWE when he wanted to get into WWE.
Right.
And I'm like, you can, like, there are other ways of doing this. Like, this was before AEW too.
Right.
I'm like, there's other ways of doing it, and like, especially now, there's more people that are like older now that like are still doing it or getting their shot now and stuff like that. Like, it's all kind of different, but like, when I hear that from certain people,
I know what you mean.
from certain people,
like, nah, that's probably a good idea, fam. I think you should.
Like I don't say that.
But
like if I don't think you got it, I'm just gonna be like,
nah, like that's crazy.
Man,
damn, bro, for real.
Wow,
that's crazy, bro. So when you think you're done?
Wow.
When you think
I don't even ask. No, you know why? Because that's follow up question. You don't ask follow up question. You just oh wow, that's crazy, and you move on.
Yeah.
Well, you got to do what you got to do, and you just move on. Like you don't even. I don't even add. You got to do what you got to do. Just fucking like, oh,
man, that's crazy.
Just in the back of my head,
I had some bread that went bad. This shit was crazy. I had to get some more the other day.
It takes everything. It would take everything in my body sometimes to not be like good because you sucked.
Right,
like you gotta get like you should have been out this motherfucker years ago.
Well, you know what's cool though? I did make the theme song, so. That's always going to be here on this podcast. I'm happy about that.
There you go.
That will forever be here. Like, no matter what, I'll be able to hear myself rap at least once a week. As long as we get signed eventually and we get our Black.com sponsorship.
Our Black.com sponsorship, our Spotify sponsorship.
That's right. Spotify.
Our Black.com video could be called Lip Poppin'.
It could be called Pound Town.
It could be Lip Poppin'. It's double meaning.
Listen.
Double, triple, quadruple meaning.
I just feel like, honestly, at the end of the day, it comes down to how much energy you have left to put into something else to make. Because, like, my goal, honestly, over the next couple of years is to figure out how to get over 100,000. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, I want to comfortably be living. Like, if I lived in a place like this and I was making 100K, I wouldn't even be mad as long as I was banking.
You ever thought about selling out and doing mumble trap rap?
I tried it. It's not
hammer,
like a...
Hammer.
My brain...
Hammer. Like, that shit is... Like people don't understand why I hate that kind of shit. It's because I grew up in the 80s and 90s where I heard what you could be described as, like, simple Simon rhyming.
Yeah.
Right? And this shit is worse than that.
Oh, yeah,
like, simple Simon rhyming was, my name is Brent and I'm here to say. Right? That shit. Right?
I make podcasts every day.
Right.
Got me some glasses. I see real good. I'm out here in T.O.'s hood.
Right, exactly.
Black table here every now it doesn't leave.
Here's the thing.
Got red shorts on. Used to have jeans.
Those are all rhymes those are all words that rhyme with completely different words at the end of the bar.
But they fit real well because it's approximate rhyme.
As opposed to out here on these streets, on these hoes, and hoes see me coming. Hoes start running when they see me coming. They all run cause they see me coming. They still running cause they still see me coming. Like, that shit is fucking terrible.
Hey. Hoes on the floor, yeah, they do.
Like, if you're getting out, like, why not sell out and do that shit? Just sell out and make some money doing the worst rhyming possible.
You want me to just rhyme like this? I waste my time like this. Say, yeah, you don't really want it like that.
Get you some dreads and some grandpa shades.
You didn't see that? Yo, so okay.
Get you some dreads and some grandpa shades.
Hold on, dog. I came up with this character last January. I want to say it was last January, bro. So a long time ago, I had put my scarf I had, but it has little hanging black shits and they hang down. So I had put a Scully. I got this big ass Scully, and I tuck it inside this giant Scully from Virginia, and it looks like it's dreads hanging out on my face. So the back is bald. There's like a whole missing spot, but the rest of it is covered. So I got this shit on, man. And I was calling myself little young limp, right? And I had all these bars. I'm taking all these pictures with the dreads and the big Scully, and everybody like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, man, I'm doing something different, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get out here in these streets. I'm trying to make this money for these people, you know what I mean? Everybody like, what the fuck going on, dog? Why you talking so funny? But I had this whole thing where I was gonna make a comedy series. Of
I was gonna say, why not do that?
Just follow Lil Young Limp.
Why not do that?
And I would probably make the whole premise of it was that I would probably end up making it because of Lil Young Limp, and then I could actually be T.O.R.E., which is amazing.
Nigga, if Little Dicky can have a career with his terrible one joke,
wait a second,
that's not even a fucking joke. Ducking right hands from Chris Brown in music videos. You didn't think I was gonna do that, did you?
Damn it. But wait a second.
Have a career that skyrockets faster than Chris Brown died and stomped the yard.
Okay, that's true. That is true. I'll give you that one. But hold on. Lil Dicky can rap, though. I don't know if you know this, but Lil Dicky can actually spit.
Really?
That dude got bars.
He just doesn't do them on the songs that he releases?
He bullshits on purpose. Like,
that makes sense.
He legitimately.
That seems to be the fucking formula.
He does it on purpose. I swear to God.
At least that seems to be the fucking
rap.
formula.
No, he can rap. That motherfucker can rap. I seen him on what did he do? He did the it was early on in his career. He did the five Fingers of Death with Sway.
Okay.
And I saw him just rip it to shreds. And then he did the Fresh.
Really,
cover.
Sway?
How, Sway? No, I won't talk about that dude. He tripping this week. He out here tripping. I almost killed my daughter.
You did something over
I
there.
saw that. It stopped though. It
Okay.
kept going, so I didn't do nothing with it. But I saw it. I don't know what I did.
I'm like, we talked about music for a while. I don't know if you lost this shit.
Nah, I think I just.
We didn't lose this shit again.
Yeah, nah,
Okay,
we good,
it's still recording.
Nah, but yeah, Kanye is losing. Listen. Kanye needs to be helped. I feel bad for the guy
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah,
He's literally having manic behavior in the public is what is happening. And anybody that's ever worked in any kind of mental health field can look at Kanye West and see he's off.
100%.
Like, he's off.
But here's the problem. He lives in a world full of succubi.
Not Kim. She was trying to lock him up this week. That's
Oh,
what
really?
He posted a tweet.
Is Kim starting to become a human being?
I think Kim's woke.
Is Kim starting to become a human being?
Bro, I think she's been a human being. I
Because she
think
was
she
the
woke
queen
up.
succubus of that entire succubus family,
Nah.
where they turned their men into women, crack
didn't.
crack addicts.
She didn't.
And fucking
She was the only one that didn't.
and fucking Kanye.
I think you got this wrong. Kanye was like this when he met Kim. His mom had passed and he had already started changing.
True.
So she didn't do it.
Kanye was under a
Yeah.
better leash
Kim didn't do that.
before his mom died.
Yeah. No, he was under
He was
1,000%.
he was under
She would be
better
like, "Baby,
control.
what you doing? Like, you going too far right now."
He was under better control.
Yeah, it's dark, man. It's like, I understand because I have a really, really tight relationship with my mom, so I can imagine how that feels, especially Mother's Day. Like, well, I saw like the week of Mother's Day or something like that, because I remember we saw him in Virginia. His first performance, the Glow in the Dark tour, was Mother's Day. That was his first performance back out there. His mom had passed, and I just remember being like, "Damn, this dude is mad strong to be out here doing this right now," because I would be a mess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I can get it, but also I feel like my mental facilities are put together better because, like, if I know my
Faculties.
mom is, yeah, that's what I said. Bitch. Anyway, look. So I need another drink. I didn't want to get up yet though. But anyway, I just remember thinking to myself, like, I know that.
There you go.
This is mine anyway.
There you go. Just
what the hell are you doing? Hey, we gonna sponsor something else up here. Run.
just take it to the head like a wino.
I don't want to do that. I don't do that. I took one shot of this when I first got it, but it's pretty smooth actually. Surprisingly.
Actually, it is.
It's not
Yeah,
bad.
it's really-
You would think
yeah.
it's gonna be like brutal, but it's really not. It's not
Yeah.
so bad to be Sam's Club brand
Mm-hmm.
directly. Anyway, but yeah, I think that I'm put together a little better up here all together. So I'm not as emotional. I don't think, like, I understand that my mom's gonna pass at some point.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Logically, the way life goes, she should pass before me. That's how it's supposed to play out.
Right. John Q said that.
I would never want it to play out
I
that
am
way.
not gonna bury my son.
Right.
My
Right,
son
get
is
that off.
going to bury me.
That's not bad. Go ahead, get that off. That's probably one of the better imitations you've done.
That was
That's
like the only good part of that entire fucking movie.
I never watched it.
I used to work in the movie theaters, and I worked there when it came out. So there were a couple of movies that I saw either for free because they weren't new anymore, or just kind of snuck in and watched them after my shift was over.
Yeah.
John Q was one of them because I was like, oh, because it was the one right. It was right after Training Day.
Right.
So I was like, hell yeah, Denzel, hell yeah, let's
Was
do
that
this
after
shit.
Training Day?
Yep, it was the one that came out right after Training Day.
That's
I was
it.
like, hell yeah, let's do this. All the trailers, let's do this. Watch that movie. That shit was so. It had a decent premise, but it was put together so cheaply and so poorly and so badly, and it wastes a really good cast,
Oh, so you think you could
including
do it better.
Denzel.
So you think you could do it better?
Possibly. Honestly, that movie, possibly.
Damn it! I just did it again. Every time I go to think now, I'm popping my damn lips. This is ridiculous. That's at least 8 times since this pod started.
So Kim Kardashian is
She's woke.
She's stopping. She's no longer just a
She was never
a
the
vapid
one.
succubus.
She wasn't the one.
But
It wasn't her. It wasn't her.
She was the ringleader.
No, she
or she
wasn't.
was the head. Like she was the
head.
face.
She gave the
She was
head.
the face. Her mom was
She
the
gave the
head.
head.
Her mom was the head of the dragon.
did
She
give
was
the
the
head.
face of the dragon. She was the face of that succubus because she did to Ray J. Shout out to Raycon.
Those headphones look lit. They do look like they work well.
I mean, they sponsor everybody else.
That's
Shit,
what I'm saying, a lot
why
of people.
can't they sponsor us?
Here's the thing. Kim never was really the crazy one. She was so sexy that her being sexy and having a sex tape made her whole family famous. Like, she is that sexy.
Yes,
it definitely was even sexier.
if you look behind the fact that she's dead behind the eyes,
She's not dead behind that.
she's dead behind the eyes.
talking about.
She's
I've
got
seen her make mad expressions.
she
I have. Have you ever seen that show?
hell no,
You telling me you ain't never seen none of their clips?
hell no.
I'm not saying I just be around keeping up with the Kardashians.
I may
I'm telling you.
have seen clips on like the
That's what I just
Soup
asked you.
when they were talking shit about it.
The Soup? You watched
Yeah.
the Soup?
The
But
old
you
one.
just scarfed at
The old one.
Did you just scoff at fucking
The one with
Keeping
Joel
Up with
McHale?
the Kardashians? But you just told me you watched the Soup.
The Soup was hilarious with Joe McHale. That shit was fucking funny. Aisha Tyler.
Don't
that
just
was-
say
that
don't
iteration
say
was
names
good,
to me
too.
that you know I don't know. I don't know who either one of those people are.
Aisha Tyler was the black friend.
Of who?
No, on Friends, she was the black one.
There was a black one on Friends.
The last season.
I never really watched Friends.
The last season. She dated Joey and Ross.
I don't know. Ross was the main guy. No, that's Chandler. No, you know what? I don't
They were
know.
all technically the main people.
Joey, I know. He got a spinoff and it failed miserably.
Yeah.
That one I know.
Yeah.
How you do? That guy. Yeah.
Yep.
I know Jennifer Aniston. I know she fine.
And her nipples.
That too. That too. I had a joke. I'm gonna leave it alone
Why?
because I don't want to.
Go out of 30 with a bang. Go out of dirty with a bang.
Hey, Dirty is out. It's canceled. Do you spell cancel with one L or two?
2.
It's one.
Cancel or canceled?
Canceled.
Past tense or present tense, I mean.
What?
Like canceled or cancel? I can't hear you.
It's canceled.
Canceled is 2 L's,
It's
I
one.
believe. You sure?
I'm positive. Isn't that weird?
Seems like it would be 2.
It does. I've always spelled it with two. But then when I did it that day, I asked Siri because I was like, I'm confused. I was like, because when I was typing it, it was like one. But then I see it all over the place with two.
Right.
I think it's one of those weird American words that can be spelled either way.
Or that we're turning into, you could spell it a different way.
It has to be because I could have swore it was two L's. But no, it's one.
Like
Canceled
our
official.
language is fluid. It's more fluid than you think.
Our language is stupid.
like
is what it
ain't
is.
didn't used to be a legitimate word.
Excuse me?
Ain't.
Ain't
Didn't
is
you-
a word.
It is now.
It always has been.
It has not always been.
Ain't you gonna tell them?
Ain't was not in the
was
dictionary
always a
for
word.
years.
In the South, it was.
For decades. It was not in the dictionary
You know
for
what else
decades.
was in the South? The Confederacy won. So
Confederacy won?
that's fucking right. In Virginia, they told me. I've read those books.
Oh, the Confederacy won. I thought you meant
Why
Confederacy.
can't you hear me?
I thought
I'm right
meant,
next to you.
I thought you meant Confederacy and the number 1. Like that was like
No.
That was like
No,
Robert
they
E. Lee's
won the
plane
war.
or some shit.
No. They won the
like
war.
Air Force One.
No. Confederacy won the war.
Sir, we're about to fly over the South. You need to get in Confederacy One.
Confederacy one was a horseback then. A horse with a bunch of other horses around it.
Right, exactly.
What the? How do we?
Whoa, Confederacy One.
Oh, we got here from Ray J.
Yeah.
Somehow we got the Confederacy from Ray J.
A
From Kim,
lot
actually,
of
technically.
shit came from Ray J that I can't understand. Ray J had
The Breakfast Club came from Ray
ended
J.
up having an indelible fucking mark on pop culture.
Yeah.
Like one that you would not have believed when he was
If you
co-starring
had
on the Sinbad
one
show.
wish- You didn't think that?
No.
No.
I forgot that was his song
Sexy
even.
Can-
I forgot that was his song.
Yeah, no, I got killed it.
I forgot about that song.
One wish I would have Kim Kardashian. And then he did right after that, I think.
And left an indelible mark on pop culture forever and ever.
You know-
who would have fucking thunk it?
You know, he had the first viral video for the Breakfast Club. He's the reason they went crazy. He went
Oh, what,
crazy
he had
on the
an
radio.
interview?
He had an interview on the radio. He called up. He was like, I want to talk about Fabulous. He had beef with
Oh,
Fab.
was that the one where M talked about it? Fucking on.
Yeah. Well, Ray J made him. Yeah, he was like, he said he was going to get
Hey Fab, I'll kill you.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that was that interview. That was the one from Breakfast Club, though, where that was the first time that they ever had a viral interview. Because Charlamagne's always like, yo, I got to shout to Ray J. You know, he the one that did it. He made this shit happen. He called up lit and just talked crazy. And he said, I got gay niggas that'll do stuff to you. That's strange. And it's just like, what? What the fuck are you saying right now? What? That was one of the weirdest interviews you've ever heard in your life. But goddamn, is it funny?
I've never heard it.
Okay, we're playing that after this. I'm definitely playing this for you before you leave. While we packing up, you hearing that interview. That shit is hilarious. Fabulous is like, what the fuck? Because Fab all cool and chill. He like, this nigga crazy.
How does the Breakfast Club get all this shit?
I don't know, but that shit was funny. Now I can't stop thinking about his voice while he's saying it, and then Fab's response was like, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga, man? Oh, that was funny. That's some funny shit. We were never even supposed to be on the topic about music. We found that somehow on accident. And
Because we were talking about the lost episode.
Yeah, but we was going somewhere else. Like we completely, I don't know where, something happened.
Oh, we had started with wrestling somehow.
Yeah, you were
The
gonna talk about
first
wrestling.
thing was wrestling.
That's right. That's how we got here. That's how
The
we got
very first thing we started-
I just want to point out that wrestling led to Ray J, sex tape with Kim Kardashian. Off of that, we got to something else recently.
Albums?
No, but it was something crazier that we ended on. That was real weird. We got real weird.
Michael
for a
and
second.
Janet and
Oh shit.
fucking Kanye and
Kanye.
Succubi and
Succubi.
all that shit.
That was a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
The hell am I hearing? Did you hear that?
I did.
Okay, I got on headphones, so I didn't know if I was tripping.
Probably one of your neighbors.
I wouldn't be shocked. They're probably looking for you. I tell you, I almost got killed by some dude the other day.
No.
I was driving back from a real angry conversation,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like 12 o'clock at night. I'm pissed, and I'm just like, motherfucker, I'm so mad. This dude drunk in front of me. Swerve, swerve, swerve. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I have no time for this shit.
Yeah.
So I just speed past the car. I saw him lean to the left. I took off. I look at my rear view. I see this motherfucker. Pull up beside me, right? And this ain't too far from there. Two Mexican dudes in the car cut me off. Get in front of my car. Mind you, I'm already pissed. I'm already in a terrible mood because of what I just done.
Yeah.
I'm like, everything in me is like, yo, run into the back of this fucking car, run them into another car. Like, fishtail these niggas into a car and keep it moving. And I'm like, is this worth dying over today? Or killing over today? One of the two. Or both, maybe. I'm like, nah. So this motherfucker gets in
Hoping
front of
that
me.
they don't just push you over to the side.
Yeah, okay, good luck. The motherfucker pulls in front of me, stops. They couldn't push your husky ass over, what could they? But it pulls over, stops
Tell
in
your
front
story,
of me.
asshole.
Pulls, right, yeah, I'm the asshole. Pulls in front of me, swerves, stops, and then he's like, fucking starts swerving between the two lanes. Mind you, this is just middle of the street, And then this motherfucker's like, speeds up, gets back in the left lane. He's basically antagonizing me to come pull up beside him now. Like, bitch, what the fuck? I was like, yo, God damn it, I just did it again. You are about to be 31 years old. Do not engage in this dumb shit that these kids are doing right now.
Right.
Because you're gonna go to jail tonight or die because, you know, cops are just killing niggas like it's like going out of business cell. So maybe I shouldn't do this. You know, maybe I should just mind my fucking business. So I just stayed back. I played back. I was like, it took so much self-control though, because I swear to God, everything in me was like, yo, run up. Because I was so pissed too. I was steaming. Like, I was fuming already when I was just driving home. So for them to be pissed off because I'm like trying to get by, they drunk asses weaving in and out of the lane. I'm like, seriously? Is somebody else tripping on some
Those
shit?
spur of the moment decisions.
Ooh.
Those when you're in those moments, it like
Boy.
there's a lot of like it takes a lot for you to just be like, you know what? And for me, you know what? For me, a lot of the time, what it is, it's like if I'm in that kind of situation, it's like, you know what? I would rather just be at home right now.
Right.
Like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go home. I'm just gonna go home. I might smoke some shit,
If I'd have pulled up beside them, nobody was going home.
or I might.
Nobody
or
was going
I'm fuck it. I just want. You know what? I just want to go home.
Brandon took everything in me, bro. I swear to God, because like what I did was they were on. It was probably about 32nd Street coming down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you know, mine is 34. So I'm coming down. I'm like, now I could speed by him, but I just waited. I stayed probably about a car length behind them on the right side. They were on the left side, so we just rolling down. And then they passed my light, so I took my turn quick. Just took the right. I seen them kind of like break, like, oh, we about to try to roll back. I'm like, all right, let me not even play with these motherfuckers. So I pull and I like jump in real quick, get into my shit, turn my lights off and whatnot, like, because they come around the corner and I hop out and I'm the only one with the lights on.
Right,
Then you're target,
right.
You know what I mean? I've seen enough movies. I'm not playing that
Right,
game.
right,
They don't
right.
really know what my car look like. They
Right.
drunk. So let me just park, turn the lights off. They're gonna be looking for somebody with bright ass lights, like, what up, what up? Nah, I'm from the East Coast. I ain't doing all that dumb shit. So I'm like, nah, let me just sit here for a second, just cool down, because I was pissed. I was still mad. I was super mad at that, but I was mad before. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is the kind of nights, because this is why I was talking about that mat that I'm getting for my house, the good vibes only shit, because people piss you off and then they send you into the world like that, and then you go fuck up your life for the next 10 years
Yeah.
because somebody pissed you off, and now they like, oh, you died? Well, I'm sorry. I always cared. Like, nah, fuck you. You did this. This is your. I wouldn't have fought them niggas if I was in normal. If I was at 0,
You did this.
You
It's
did
your
this
fault.
shit. Like, bro, if
Why you always make me shout at you?
right? Exactly.
How could you?
I wrote one of those. That was the song last year, 2019, which was a year ago today. That shit.
Carry the one.
Right, yeah. Carry
Okay,
it back.
that sounds about right.
That was what I started with. Mood 2. Mood 2 was one of those. I literally was channeling my Eminem shit. That was the most Eminem record I ever made. Cause I'm yelling and screaming and what I saying that
This
damn.
couch, this TV, this whole house is mine.
Oh man, he lost it. Ah, shit. I'm definitely gonna listen to some Eminem.
Still quote that shit 20 years later.
Yeah, and I don't
20
know
plus
lyrics
years
like that.
later.
I'm bad at lyrics like that. Like typically,
But those weren't lyrics. That was a story.
that is a story. But they're all stories.
That was a story.
That's
Those
what makes-
those are like movie lines.
That's how I feel though. Like when I write shit, that's what I try to do, and I think it is literally. I think it's because of M and Kanye. Like it's not about the lyric. Because I honestly can say I don't know a lot of Jay songs verbatim. I know a lot of people that do know Jay music like that and other people's music like that, like bars, like verbatim. I'm not a bars verbatim guy, but when you talking about painting a picture and somebody, that's why I love J. Cole. J. Cole does that shit. He just whole fucking songs that just be stories. Like his what was that shit he made that everybody hated? I fucking loved it. It was 2 albums ago, not KOD, but the one right before it. For Your Eyes Only. For Your Eyes Only is a whole album about his boy that passed, and it's just like it's the craziest. It's just a whole story about this guy's life, and he's like, "This is supposed to be for your daughter when something happens." So he's talking about love and this and that, but all these stories just paint a picture of it.
Yeah.
Man, it's fucking unbelievable. It's fucking unbelievable. But that kind of shit is so much more quotable for me, and like I'll remember it forever because it leaves an indelible mark on me. It's because I can't forget it at that point. Like that
Yeah.
M album to me, everything's saying, "Bitch, I'm gonna kill you like a murder weapon. I'm gonna conceal you." Like, come on, bro, chill.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like, I'm young. I didn't even know what the fuck I was saying when I was singing this song.
Yeah.
Like, I listen to it now. I'm like, "Whoa, oh, it's even nicer than it was. It used to be dope then. Now
Yeah.
it's like, whoa,
Yeah. That was one of the albums
You
that
don't
fucking shaped you.
wanna fuck with Shady? Cause why? Cause Shady will fucking kill you." Haha, I said you don't. I'm like, God damn. Oh, my God.
And the fucking bass on that shit was so hard too,
Oh,
though.
my God. Like that shit is
Like that shit. Like
Who
that
makes
shit,
these beats?
Like
Like,
that
what-
shit was made to play in your stereo, no matter what your settings were.
that beat is so terrible.
Little heavy on the treble, little heavy on the bass, didn't matter. That shit was gonna sound nice.
M's got so many trash beats like that he just murders and they're legendary. Like if I heard that beat and I had it, I would never come up with a song. I swear to God, I'd be like, "What the fuck is this?" I would look at him like, "You are a terrible beat maker. This shit is amazing." Like what he did with that shit, and the flow he chose to have that.
But it fits for him.
Yeah, it fits perfect.
It
It's
fits
perfect.
for him.
That's what makes him a great producer.
Because it's always, or at least in his heyday, it was always slightly askew.
Yeah.
And that's what M was, slightly askew.
He's got he actually had a record that came out this week with him and Kid Cudi. Shit's pretty dope actually. They both killed it. It's Man on the Moon and Marshall Mathers or some shit. Or something like that they called it. But that shit is hard. That shit's really hard. Like they were both spitting. And I was like, oh shit. Because at one point they did like the Shakira Beyonce thing where one person's talking and it switches and all of a sudden you realize that it's Eminem rapping like this and you're like, what the fuck just happened? What the hell? Cudi was like crooning. He's doing that, yeah, Cudi, no, Cutter. He's doing that shit. And then next thing you know, it's like, they're like, whoa, where the fuck M come from? What the hell you doing with that? Like, what just happened? Because their voices sounded exactly the same. And then all of a sudden it was just M spitting and you like, and he was spitting bars on this one. You like, oh shit, I ain't heard M rap like this in a minute. This was different. So, yeah, I feel like bringing it back to M for all of this felt right. What's your favorite M song?
Oh shit. Just like ask me what my favorite kids are.
You got kids?
Hell no.
This motherfucker got a bunch of them.
I mean,
Gigolo.
when Marshall Mathers 2 came out, I was rocking.
was hard.
I was rocking Rap God fucking constantly.
You're not gonna tell me that's your favorite M song. I'm not accepting that.
No, that was the latest. That was one of the latest. I was rapping.
Yeah, I was about to say you're not gonna tell me.
I was
that's
rapping
your
Rap God fucking all the time. It'd have to be something off of. I mean,
The
shit,
Slim Shady
it's
LP is crazy too, though.
fucking yeah. Slim Shady LC is fucking dope.
You know, I actually heard that after the Marshall Mathers album, so I had the Marshall Mathers.
I heard
first.
most of that after Marshall Mathers. Yeah,
I heard that one first.
I heard some of them before.
Except for
but I
How
heard
My Name
most of
Is.
them.
I had heard How My Name Is,
Right.
obviously. But that shit where he says the bully shit, and he's like, I kicked the fucking door off and pulled out the 4-inch screws.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. I'm about to listen to all these albums tonight. As soon as you get out of here, I'm turning on him. I'm about
What
to
the
just have
hell?
my neighbors tripping.
I never meant to give you mushrooms, girl. Was
That's
fucking
one of my favorite records.
was
yo.
fucking
Dog,
dope.
Oh my
Like that was fucking dope. I never meant to give you mushrooms, girl. I never meant to bring you to my world. Like that fucking beat. Like, and now it's my fault. I'm sorry.
Yo, oh my god, how does this turn into an Eminem love fest?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know either, but I'm fucking with it.
But then the next album, he does the same shit.
Right, but
with what the hell was the next? It was
I can't even think of it. I fucking love Eminem. Man.
I can't think of what fucking his drugs. This is my love song.
Oh,
It goes like this. Back when Mark Wahlberg was Marky Mark. This is how we used to make the party start. We used to mix in with Bacardi Dark, and then it kicks in, you can hardly walk, and then it kicks in, you can hardly fall. Either somewhere in the lobby or the hallway wall. Oh, like honestly, I probably played that song a lot when I was listening to Marshall Mathers. But like,
that's not my favorite though. But those are cut. Like for me, those are album cuts that are just so crazy that like they're legendary to me. That's what makes it a perfect album because the records like those.
Like the problem for me with Eminem's like arguably better songs were that they got so much play.
Oh yeah.
That eventually I didn't get sick of them. I was just like, but they got so much play. You know what I mean?
I don't think I got sick of them until the Eminem show. I think that's where because
I mean, Lose Yourself is a fucking epic song though.
Lose Yourself is amazing.
Lose Yourself is an epic song.
That song never gets old to me. But that's because that was like the motivation for me to go to school and to rap.
Right. Lose Yourself is an epic song. Bitch Please is fucking incredible. Bitch Please. Fucking. Bitch Please. What's Bitch Please? That's the one with oh no, big.
Oh, okay, got you.
Fucking.
You know what's funny? That's probably one of my least favorite songs because I was super East Coast at the time. Mm-hmm. I really hated West Coast music for the most part. I couldn't listen to it. But once I moved out here for some reason, it was like it got ingratiated into my DNA or something. It was like I saw a palm tree for the first time. I like touched it and I was like, oh, I understand why y'all be using them voices and shit. Like I don't know why. It was so weird because I swear to God I hated it. But I went to a couple bars, back in the old world, back when you still sit next to people.
Hey, remember when there was outside you could go to and
you remember theaters? I used to watch movies.
I've been watching.
You ever heard of those?
I've been watching old WWE shows. Do you know they used to have those in
different cities and shit?
Stadiums?
It's pronounced
stadiums, where there were like more than 100 people around. Like there were people that were as close or closer as you and me. Like there were moments where people would win stuff and other people would hug each other around at least.
Did they have their masks on?
At least 200 other people. Like it might have been more. It might have been more than 200 people, but at least 200 people.
But did they have their masks?
No, there were no masks. There were no masks back then.
No,
believe it or not.
I don't believe it.
Believe it or not.
I don't believe it. I heard this thing. They said it used to be this thing. They had like 1 ring, 2 rings, 3 rings, 4, 5 rings more. But it was 5 of them, and they were like connected. And they said every couple years, apparently, this is weird, but they would pick different countries and locations, and everybody would go from all over.
How would they all test negative for COVID, though?
I have no idea. They would all bring their corona there.
Speaking of which, did you hear that everybody in the NBA bubble tested negative?
Yes.
And that they're, so everything looks like it's going forward?
We're good, yeah. Except for the people that haven't came yet, that have it right now, like Russell Westbrook. He has it right now. So they got to make sure he's super straight before he gets in the bubble. Because if for some reason he gets near his teammates and then James Harden's beard falls off or something, it's going to get weird. Corona does weird
James
shit.
Harden was another one who escaped the Kardashian menagerie.
Yeah.
He fucking got out.
Well, he can't cut his beard off, though. He got cursed. The beard can't go.
So they did something to his chin or something like that?
Yeah, that's witchcraft. That beard won't come off. I saw him as a rookie. He didn't have no beard. Mm-hmm. That motherfucking beard long. Like, I can't even grow my beard that long.
James Harden was about to go down that Lamar Odom path, and he was like, no, like, let me get the fuck out of here.
I'm trying to figure out, like, as a testimony, like, why would you look at what happened with another basketball player?
I don't know.
That's like listening to my last 3 albums, right?
And wasn't it around the time that fucking wasn't around the time James Harden was like really popping in the mainstream, like he was really becoming a star,
and he went for Chloe.
like he was becoming a star,
and he took Chloe.
It's like
he was putting up 40s. He was putting up 40s.
No, but I mean like he was becoming more well known, more closer to mainstream.
The year before he had killed, and she was already starting to show up, and
like
then he was really taking off.
Like motherfucker, can't you get one of the fucking groupies that are just?
Can't you just get somebody that looks similar to them, that's unknown, that's really hot?
Like Reggie Bush did?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly like Reggie Bush did.
And honestly, like fucking Kobe did before even the Kardashians were even a thing.
Oh my God, Vanessa's so fun. She's super fun.
And she actually has expression on her face.
Kim has expression. You just need to watch the show. You don't need to watch the show. But I've seen her cry a lot. Also, I saw her get in a fight this year.
Ooh.
It was pretty interesting. She fought Courtney.
And she leaked plastic all over the place like Charlotte Flair.
They did get makeup
like
stains
Charlotte
on
Flair
the wall.
recently.
They got makeup stains on the wall.
I'm sure they did.
It was all over. It was like orange on the wall afterwards.
I'm sure.
And then like they were really mad. Like that wasn't for TV. They really was pissed off. It was pretty funny. My mom and sister.
Everything they do is for TV.
No, that one. Was
Everything they do is
that
for
shit
TV.
Was real. I'll show that to you too when this stops.
They
I'll show you
don't
the fight.
blink unless it's for TV. Everything they do is
Show
for
you the
TV.
fight, and then we can talk about this.
Everything they do
What else
is
am I
for
supposed
TV.
to show you?
Hey Fab, I'm gonna kill you.
It's more Ray J, of course. This is why
This
they're good at TV. You see what I'm saying? After all the shit we talked about, these are the two things that I need to show you when we get off because that's how good the Kardashians are at what they do. Now, before they put a hex on me and not allow me to cut my beard off, where can they find you at, Brent?
They can find me at Surreal469 on everything. SURREAL, the numbers 469.
Y'all heard it.
Where can they find you?
You can find me in the club, a bottle full of bud, mama.
Your mouth is too open.
You can find me in the club.
Teeth together. If you're doing 50, teeth together. Find me in club. Using wasted.
I can talk like this, though. It's weird. I've always been able to do this since I was like a kid. See, I'm swallowing, but I can actually talk.
Watch Power.
Watch Power.
Anyway.
No, but you can. I can't say you can find me in the club because
In the what?
right. Celeb.
Although there are some rundown establishments that serve roach flavored alcohol
That's probably true.
that patios are open for. So if you
Yeah.
consider that a club,
Yeah.
meanwhile places that don't have patios are still closed tight.
That's true. Vegas also is allowing people in with masks. You can go get your bump and grind on with masks. So
It's funny. I had a dream last night about going to Vegas.
did you?
I did.
I had a dream about Vegas this week too.
I had a dream about going. I missed because I fucking
Might
miss
have been last
Vegas.
night.
Because I fucking miss Vegas.
I never
But
did.
I'm not going right now.
Why not? Don't you want to go to that racist place with the jerky?
I'm not fucking going. Fucking alien jerky. God damn it, alien jerky.
You can find me at 1989.
Never have your abuelo fucking answer emails in languages he doesn't fucking understand using Google Translates.
Almost gave out
Stop
my
it.
email right then. I almost said my whole email. I don't know why.
Where can they find you?
In 1989.
R.I.P. alien jerky.
On
Sorry, go ahead.
everything.
Where they
except
find you? I
for-
talked over that.
No, it's fine. They know it by now. You can find me at Surreal469. That's 46. The number is 469. Surreal. No, I'm a 1989 TRE on everything except for YouTube because YouTube has Corona.
And they can find
You should
us
stay away from it, except for
on
this video.
Twitter at @here_pod, Instagram, Facebook, Get Here Podcast. More importantly than that,
wrong arm?
like I mentioned at the top,
Damn it.
patreon.com/GetHerePod to help keep us
The lights on
going.
at the party.
No, I wasn't gonna say that.
Yes, you were.
Actually, I was gonna say that.
know you were.
But to
I heard.
help keep us here, entrenched in Tam's rum
Party
and
people in
coke
a place to be. It's me.
Until-
this is 2-drink minimum.
until our black.com sponsorship comes through.
Until that shit comes through. Because when it comes through, guess where we going, y'all? Does anybody know? The word of last week?
Lip popping. Black, we got a name for it now. It's called lip popping.
Pound.
Lip popping daddies. Lip like cherry popping daddies.
No,
Lip popping daddies.
Don't put that on me.
Like well, you're about to be 31 now, pops. When you gonna start a family?
And you know I got ID today.
Ha!
Yeah, you fucking right.
Still?
Swear to God. Now I was buying all that shit. They was like, I see your ID. I said, God damn, looking good at 31, ain't we? I said, go ahead, take that shit. My man was like, are you good? I said, I know. I know.
Shut up, baby. I know it.
I said, I'm old enough to be your daddy. I'm in the goddamn podcast. Peace.
Peace.
How did we
Really
even
good, I
get
think.
here?
I was like,
Cause I
let's go.
swear I don't recognize shit here.